Welcome to the third and final video on submitting fixed availability data. After the subscription data has been added and validation is finished, we can now take a look at uploading availability files from the availability data page. In this video, we will go over the process for service providers and other entities. There are differences in the procedures between entity types, which I'll highlight. We will then look at how to review map data and discuss the procedures of submitting supporting data. After the subscription data has been added and validation is finished, we can now take a look at uploading availability files from the availability data page. To begin an availability data submission, you can click on the Upload Availability button, which is located on the top left of the submission overview page. The next step is to select Fixed Broadband as the type of availability data you'd like to upload. The File Type drop-down menu will update dynamically based on your data type selection. You will then be presented with the following file type options once you select your data type: CSV, Esri shapefile, GeoJSON, Esri file GDB, or GeoPackage. Click the Browse button and select the file or files you wish to upload. Then click the Upload Data button. You will then see a table populate on the page that includes columns for file name, type, date, upload, status, map, and manage. The map and manage columns will remain blank until your file has completed processing. As the file begins to process, you will see one of two statuses for each file. These are the same status types as previously stated with fixed subscription data. If your file passes both the virus scan and the validations check, the system will display a status of valid with a green check mark. This means that the data you've entered and uploaded is valid and has been accepted into the system. You will also see that a review map link has been added to the table on the page, and you can now manage your data, either by downloading the file or deleting the file. If the file you've uploaded fails any of the validation checks, the system will show a red status of data errors. There will also be an expandable View Details link that will allow you to view any validation errors within your file. If your file contains any validation errors, you will not be able to progress further through the system. You'll need to fix any errors and re-upload your file. Continue to upload as many availability files as possible to satisfy your entity's submission requirements. We can then review the map data. After successfully uploading valid availability data, a review map link will appear on the availability data page that will allow you to review a map of your data submission on a file-by-file basis. The review map page features various filters that allow you to explore your data using interactive map, ensuring the accuracy of your availability data submission. The filters on the map will update dynamically based on the file you've selected to review on the map. You'll be able to view a map filtered by your selected combination of file name, technology, business residential, speed, and provider name, which is only for government and other entities. The features of the review map page depend on the data type of the file, which will be either fixed broadband polygon data or fixed broadband location data. Finally, the last step is to submit fixed supporting data from the supporting data page. After uploading availability data, you're then required to submit supporting data for each grouping of availability data that is a part of your submission. This supporting data differs by technology and may include sections such as propagation modeling information, link budget information, and/or methodologies for how you collected your data. To begin entering supporting data, click on the supporting data card on the submission overview page. To proceed to final data checks and eventually certification, you'll need to provide valid supporting data for each technology included in your submission. The supporting data required for licensed fixed wireless and unlicensed fixed wireless is dependent on the type of data you've uploaded for your availability submission. If you've uploaded polygon data, you'll need to provide 6 pieces of supporting data for both licensed fixed wireless and unlicensed fixed wireless. If you've uploaded location data, CSV, as a part of your availability submission, you'll need to provide 1 piece of supporting data for both licensed fixed wireless and unlicensed fixed wireless. Let's look at how to enter your supporting data. Within the supporting data page, the table is populated with a count of necessary supporting data pieces that are required. Based on your availability data submission, for example, if your availability data includes cable and licensed fixed wireless technologies, then you'll need to provide supporting data for each of those 2 technologies. Each technology has different types of supporting data that are required to be included with your submission. For any technology that is missing valid supporting data, you'll see a yellow hazard symbol and a count of the required supporting data, for example, 0 of 6, displayed adjacent to that technology within the supporting data table. After you submit all required supporting data, The supporting data total at the top of the table will display a green check mark next to a summary count of supporting data, for example, 2 of 6. Some supporting data requires a file to be uploaded into the system. These files must always be in CSV format. To upload a file, click on the technology that requires the file upload in the left column, then click on the Browse button for your specified technology. Select the appropriate supporting data file from your local machine. Once you're ready to submit your file upload, click the blue Save button. Some supporting data pieces also have form entries that allow you to provide additional comments pertaining to your file's upload, and you can provide explanatory text in the text field box if necessary. After clicking Save, your file will have a yellow processing status. If your file matches the data specifications correctly, you'll see a status of valid and a green checkmark will appear. The count of supporting data for that technology will update, for example, updating from 0 of 2 to 1 of 2. And the count of total supporting data will update at the top of the table, updating from 3 of 6 to 4 of 6, for example. If your file fails validation checks, you'll receive a status of invalid. A list of data errors will be highlighted in red beneath your file. The procedure is a little different for uploading supporting data for government and/or other entities. For government entities and other entities, the supporting data table will display a drop-down menu with a list of providers extracted from the entity's availability data submission. To satisfy all the supporting data requirements, you'll need to enter the supporting data for each provider included in your submission. You can access those providers by selecting them from the drop-down menu, and then the supporting data table will dynamically populate based on the selected provider. A total count of necessary supporting data is displayed in the top right-hand corner of the table. For example, the page displayed on the screen shows that the technologies included in the submission contain 15 pieces of supporting data. To progress to certification, all 15 pieces of supporting data must be provided. Once all your supporting data has been successfully uploaded, you'll see a green check mark and a status of valid data provided. You will then be able to proceed to the final data checks. This concludes our tutorial on fixed data submissions. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this tutorial and for your effort to be ready to submit fixed data as of June 30th, 2022. Please remember to periodically check our website at www.fcc.gov/broadbanddata for links to commission orders, notices, tutorials, frequently asked questions, and other resources. Questions about the BDC filing requirements may be submitted to the FCC by using the Submit a Request button in the Help Center from the link on that webpage. Thank you again for your effort to prepare for the upcoming filing.